Welcome to a world of enchanted realms, heroic deeds, and high adventure. In this tale, you'll embody Yoshi, a seasoned samurai of chaotic neutral disposition. Yoshi is a human male in his prime, his body athletic and his eyes filled with resolve. His black hair and traditional samurai armor complete his imposing image. Adept in the ways of the warrior, Yoshi wields a katana, a wakizashi, a yumi or longbow, and a tanto or short sword, all with deadly precision. He is also well versed in a variety of skills, with proficiencies in animal handling, athletics, history, perception, and stealth, all of which could prove vital in the trials to come. Your journey begins in a tale of loss, honor, and vengeance. Prepare to navigate through a rich and immersive world packed with danger, intrigue, and surprises at every turn. Let us begin. Our story begins in the heart of a bone-chilling night. The silence is broken only by the roaring inferno consuming your once peaceful home. You stand outside, flames reflecting in your eyes, as the reality of your situation sinks in. You are now an exile, a fugitive, pursued by the very empire you once served faithfully. The corrupt emperor has cast you out, and your wife and daughter have been kidnapped, their fate uncertain. Through the smoke and the heat, you spot a trail of footprints leading away from the property, trudging towards the nearest town. Ignoring the pain in your heart, you steel your resolve. Your first task is to find the culprits behind this act and bring them to justice. Revenge must wait. For now, you must focus on tracking the kidnappers. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Cream at the sky and demand vengeance before tracking THR footprints. In the face of this inferno, you let out a primal scream, a roar of pain, loss, and defiance that echoes through the silent night. You pledge an oath to the star-studded sky above, vowing to exact vengeance upon those who have wronged you and your family. Your voice rings out, the promise of justice and ironclad contract sealed in the heart of this fiery catastrophe. With this, you turn your attention to the task at hand. The footprints lead away from the burning house, and you begin to follow them. Given your proficiency in perception, a dice roll is required to determine the success of your tracking attempt. Roll a d20. You rolled 20. A roll of 20, a critical success. You throw yourself onto the trail with a hawk's focus and the tenacity of a hunting wolf. The footprints, still fresh on the soft earth, are as clear to you as words on a page. The signs show a group of individuals, heavy-set, likely armed and armored, heading toward the nearest town. As you make your way into the town, whispers of unsavory characters passing through reach your ears. You hear talk of a group matching the description of your suspects, seen heading towards the looming mountains that border the town. Your path seems clear. You must head towards these mountains and track down the kidnappers. The journey will be treacherous, and the mountain paths filled with danger. But your resolve is ironclad, and your objective clear: find the kidnappers, rescue your family, and bring the corrupt emperor to justice. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Seek advice in the town. You decide to gather more information before setting off on this dangerous journey. In the town, you approach a group of townsfolk, hoping to glean any useful information from their chatter. You, being a samurai, are versed in the ways of diplomacy, and your charisma may aid in persuading the townsfolk to share what they know. A dice roll is necessary to determine the success of your interaction. Roll a d20. You rolled 20. Another critical success. Your charisma shines through as you converse with the townsfolk. With respect and genuine interest, you listen to their stories and concerns. In turn, they open up to you, offering valuable information about your suspects. One old man, a seasoned hunter, tells you about a hidden path that climbs up the mountain. It's tricky to find, he says, but it'll get you where you need to go faster and safer. He provides detailed instructions on how to find this path. Another woman, a herbalist, offers you a concoction she claims will ward off the mountain beasts. It's made from local herbs, she tells you. Just drink it before you ascend, it might just save your life. With these newfound insights, you are now more prepared for the grueling journey ahead. You thank the townsfolk for their help and begin to make your way towards these perilous mountains. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Loser nerd has been chosen. Say something badass and walk away menacingly. Standing tall, you turn to the gathered townsfolk and with a steadfast gaze, you proclaim, justice may be slow to arrive, but it comes nonetheless. The Emperor's days are numbered, and he will face the consequences of his actions. Just as these mountains tremble under the might of a storm, so too will the Emperor cower before the storm that is Yoshi, the samurai. Your voice carries an undertone of cold steel, echoing your unwavering resolve. The townsfolk are silent, a mixture of awe and fear etched on their faces. As you turn to leave, your samurai armor gleams under the harsh sun, adding to the air of deadly determination surrounding you. The path to the mountains awaits your stride, the story of Yoshi, the samurai, unraveled with each step you take. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Ask the herbalist if she has any healing potions. You turn back to the herbalist, inquiring about the possibility of acquiring a healing potion for the journey ahead. She smiles, her eyes twinkling with a mix of admiration and concern. She rummages through her bag, pulling out a small vial filled with a glowing green liquid. I hope you'll never need to use this, she says as she hands you the vial, but drink this potion when you're wounded, and it will heal your injuries. Use it wisely, Yoshi. With the healing potion safely tucked away in your bag, you are now ready to embark on your journey towards the mountains. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Follow the pad up the mountains. Be prepared for anything. With a final nod to the townsfolk, you turn your back on the town and head towards the mountains. You remember the old hunter's instructions and soon find the hidden path he spoke about. It's narrow and overgrown, a path less traveled, but it cuts through the mountain range and should take you closer to your goal. As you begin your ascent, the terrain becomes treacherous, filled with jagged rocks and loose gravel. Your proficiency in athletics will be greatly tested here. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your climb. Roll a d20. You rolled 8. An 8. The mountain proves to be a formidable opponent. The path is treacherous and the climb is challenging, but your determination doesn't waver. You stumble several times, the loose rocks proving perilous under your feet, but each time, you rise and continue on. As the hours pass, you find yourself at a higher altitude, the wind colder and harsher. Suddenly, you hear the rustling of leaves and the snapping of twigs nearby, though you see nothing. You ready your katana, your senses heightened, prepared for a possible encounter. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Dragon_Lord has been chosen. Unsheathe your sword and let the reflection of the light in your blade intimidate your opponent. With a swift motion, you unsheathe your katana, the gleaming blade catching the silvery light of the moon overhead. You hold it up, allowing the moonlight to dance menacingly along the sharp edge, a clear warning to whatever lurks in the shadows. Suddenly, a shadowy figure lunges out from the darkness, a feral howl piercing the silence. Immediately, you recognize it as a mountain wolf, its eyes filled with a primal hunger. It seems the herbalist's concoction did not deter this beast. With your sword in hand, and your fighting spirit ignited, you prepare to engage the wolf. A dice roll is required to determine the outcome of this encounter. Roll a d20. You rolled 14. With a roll of 14, you meet the wolf's charge with a counter of your own. Your katana slices through the air, clashing against the wolf's gnashing teeth. The sound of steel against bone echoes through the mountainside as the wolf yelps in pain, retreating a few steps back. Your attack deals a significant blow, leaving the wolf with 86 HP. It growls, preparing to counterattack. The wolf lunges again, faster this time, aiming for your exposed arm. You roll a 14, so the wolf's attack hits for 6 damage, leaving you with 94 HP. The battle is far from over. Your next move is crucial. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Dragon_Lord has been chosen. Use stealth to do a quick damage to the wolf. In the heat of battle, you suddenly become one with the shadows. Your movements become fluid, like a breeze flowing through the trees, your presence barely noticeable. With your proficiency in stealth, you aim to catch the wolf off guard. A dice roll is needed to determine the success of your stealthy attack. Roll a d20. You rolled 18. With a roll of 18, your stealth maneuver succeeds spectacularly. You blend into the shadows, your silhouette barely discernible against the rocky terrain. The wolf, confused, looks around trying to locate you. Taking advantage of its confusion, you lunge from the shadows, your katana slicing through the cold mountain air. Your attack connects, catching the wolf off guard. You deal a hefty 18 damage, reducing the wolf's HP to 68. The wolf, now injured and wary, prepares for another attack. Its eyes are filled with a primal fury as it takes a defensive stance. This battle is far from over. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Tristan Armstrong has been chosen. Sheath the sword and attack non-lethally. Use animal handling to bring the wolf to heel. In an unexpected move, you sheath your katana, choosing instead to subdue the wolf non-lethally. You remember your skills in animal handling and decide to try a different approach. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your attempt to tame the wild beast. Roll a d20. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16, you manage to expertly calm a frenzied beast. Your movements are slow and deliberate, exuding an aura of calm and dominance. You hold your hand out, palm open, speaking in hushed, soothing tones. The wolf, initially wary, gradually relaxes, its growls subsiding into low whimpers. Your attempt has succeeded, and the once ferocious mountain wolf now seems to recognize you as a friend, not a foe. It backs away, giving you a final, cautious glance before disappearing into the mountain's shadows. Having resolved this encounter peacefully, you are free to continue your journey up the mountain. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Tristan Armstrong has been chosen. Short rest, drink the mountaineering potion, and make for the summit. Heeding your body's need for rest after the encounter with the wolf, you find a sheltered nook among the rocks to recharge. During this short respite, you consume the herbalist's concoction, the earthy taste lingering on your tongue. You feel a subtle surge of energy coursing through your veins, fortifying you for the rest of your climb. Refreshed and prepared, you resume your ascent up the mountain. As you traverse higher, the air grows thinner and the temperature drops, but you press on, your resolve unwavering. As you near the summit, you spot an abandoned campsite. Among the remnants, you find a crest, the emblem of Shiju Palace to the north. This could be a significant lead. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Dragon_Lord has been chosen. Give the name Wolf, Garo. You pause, looking back towards the direction the wolf retreated. In the quiet solitude of the mountain, you decide to give your unexpected ally a name, Garo. A fitting name for a warrior of the wild. With this newfound connection, you feel a surge of determination. You must continue your journey, for not only your family but for those who suffer under the Emperor's rule. You focus back on the crest you found. It is clearly a sign. You decide to head north, towards the Shiju Palace, ready to face whatever lies ahead. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base Ape has been chosen. Look around from the mountain tops. Can you see the palace from here? Standing at the precipice, you look out over the vast expanse, your eyes scanning the horizon for the Shiju Palace. With your perception skill, a dice roll is needed to determine what you can discern from this vantage point. Roll a d20. You rolled 12. With a roll of 12, you survey the land spread out before you. The view from here is breathtakingly spectacular, but offers more than just beauty. To the north, nestled among a dense forest of pine and fir, you can just make out the distant silhouette of what must be the Shiju Palace. The path ahead is clear. You must make your way towards this formidable fortress, the next step in your quest to save your family and bring down the corrupt emperor. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Write a haiku. As you gaze upon the distant palace, inspiration strikes you. Drawing upon your samurai discipline and poetic soul, you compose a haiku. Palace in twilight, justice waits beneath the pines, samurai's path shines. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Sharky has been chosen. Write a limerick. With a chuckle, you decide to switch from the traditional Japanese haiku to the more whimsical English limerick. You contemplate for a moment, then compose. In the twilight's glow, stands a place, a fortress, an emperor's base. With katana in hand, through forest and land, the samurai's journey gives chase. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Tristan Armstrong has been chosen. Take the direct approach, begin the long walk to the palace. Leaving the tranquility of the mountaintop behind, you begin the descent towards the pine and fir forest. Your eyes remain locked on the distant silhouette of the Shiju Palace, your next destination. The path through the forest is dense and brimming with the sounds of life. The journey ahead is long and potentially fraught with danger, but your resolve is unwavering. As you navigate deeper into the forest, you remain vigilant, prepared for whatever lies ahead. Your journey towards justice continues. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Sharky has been chosen. Tame a deer. Ride it swiftly to the palace. Caught by a sudden inspiration, you decide to make use of your animal handling skills again. You spot a majestic deer grazing nearby and approach it slowly, your movements calm and non-threatening. A dice roll is needed to determine the success of your attempt to tame this wild creature. Roll a d20. You rolled 18. With a roll of 18, your gentle approach pacifies the deer. It does not bolt, instead looking at you with curious, trusting eyes. You take a moment to soothe it, your hands running along its coarse fur, before you carefully mount it. With your guidance, the deer springs into a sprint, its hooves thundering against the forest floor. You cut through the dense foliage, the palace growing larger on the horizon. Your quick thinking has gained you a swift and silent steed, bringing you closer to your destination with each passing moment. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Loser Nerd has been chosen. Pray for the guidance of your ancestors. As the palace looms closer, you slow your pace, taking a moment to seek the wisdom of your ancestors. In the quiet of the forest, you bow your head, whispering a prayer for guidance and strength. You feel a comforting warmth envelop you, a spiritual connection to your lineage, bolstering your resolve. After your prayer, you mount the deer once again, your heart filled with the courage and wisdom of your ancestors. The palace gates are now in sight, the final stage of your journey nearing. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Tristan Armstrong has been chosen. Wait until nightfall and approach the palace by stealth, scale the walls. As the sun dips below the horizon and the world is bathed in moonlight, you decide to use the cover of darkness to your advantage. You dismount from the deer, thanking it for its service before slipping into the shadows, moving stealthily towards the palace walls. Your proficiency in stealth will be tested here. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your stealthy approach and wall scaling. Roll a d20. You rolled 11. With a roll of 11, you manage to move through the shadows unseen, though not as silently as you would have liked. You evade the patrolling guards, sticking to the darker corners and using the noise of the night to mask your approach. When you reach the walls, you begin your ascent. It's a challenging climb, and there are a few close calls, but you manage to reach the top without raising any alarms. Now perched atop the palace walls, you scan the area below. You overhear a guard, saying that the Emperor has sent your family to the dungeon to await execution. The gravity of the situation sinks in, you must act swiftly. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base Ape has been chosen. Sneak up behind the guards and execute them silently. The severity of your situation leaves no room for mercy. You draw your Tanto, the compact blade ideal for this stealthy assault. With precision and deadly silence, you aim to dispatch the guards without raising an alarm. Your stealth and attack skills will be tested here. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your silent attack. Roll a d20. You rolled 11. With a roll of 11, your stealthy approach is moderately successful. You move like a shadow, your steps quiet and your movements fluid. One of the guards falls without even a whimper, your tanto finding its mark swiftly. However, as you move towards the second guard, a loose stone beneath your foot shifts. The subtle noise is enough to alert the guard. He turns around just in time to see you lunging at him. The element of surprise is lost, and the guard, though startled, is ready to defend himself. Your silent assault has turned into a face-to-face confrontation. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Cut his head off with your katana. In a swift, fluid motion, you draw your katana, the blade gleaming ominously under the pale moonlight. The guard barely has time to raise his own weapon before you move, your strike aimed at his neck. A dice roll is needed to determine the success of your lethal attack. Roll a d20. You rolled 19. With a roll of 19 and nearly perfect hit, your katana cuts through the air, its path unerring. The guard's eyes widen in surprise and fear, but it's too late. Your blade connects, and with a swift, decisive movement, you end the confrontation. The guard falls, taken down by your swift and lethal strike. The palace courtyard is once again silent, your presence still undetected. You sheathe your katana, the weight of what you've done sinking in. But there's no time for remorse. You must press on, your family's lives hanging in the balance. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Tristan Armstrong has been chosen. Change into the uniform of the fallen guard and infiltrate the dungeon. Deciding to use subterfuge to your advantage, you quickly strip the fallen guard of his uniform and don it yourself. The fit is not perfect, but it should suffice to fool any casual observer. Disguised as one of their own, you aim to infiltrate the dungeon where your family is held captive. Your charisma will help you blend in. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your disguise. Roll a d20. You rolled 8. With a roll of 8, you pull on the guard's uniform, trying your best to fit into the role. You stride confidently towards the dungeon, doing your best to mimic the guards' mannerisms and posture. A few guards you pass give you curious glances, but no one stops you outright. As you descend into the dank, dimly lit dungeon, a sense of dread fills you. You don't know what condition you'll find your family in. The corridor is long and lined with cells. You approach each one cautiously, peering into the darkness, hoping to find your loved ones unharmed. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. You see why IBDA1 has been chosen. Look in each cell until I find a family member. With bated breath, you move from cell to cell, your heart pounding in your chest. The dungeon is eerily silent, the only sound being the distant drip of water and your own footsteps echoing in the long, dim corridor. You peer into each cell, straining your eyes in the dim light, desperate to find your family. As you approach the final few cells, a dice roll is required to determine if you find your wife and daughter. Roll a d20. You rolled 17. With a roll of 17, your breath catches in your throat as you recognize familiar figures in one of the cells. Your heart swells with relief as you see your wife and daughter huddled together. They are scared but unharmed. You quickly unlock their cell, their faces lighting up as they recognize you beneath the guard's disguise. Their relief is palpable as you pull them into a brief, heartfelt embrace. However, time is of the essence, and you must now find a way to safely lead your family out of the dungeon. But there are still guards throughout the palace, and the Emperor himself remains a looming threat. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Pretend you're moving the prisoners. Thinking quickly, you decide to maintain your guise as a palace guard. You instruct your wife and daughter to act like prisoners as you make your way out of the dungeon. Your charisma and performance will be tested here. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your ruse. Roll a d20. You rolled 20. A roll of 20, a critical success. You, your wife, and daughter play your parts convincingly. You bark out orders and they follow, heads down, portraying the image of defeated prisoners. The other guards barely spare you a glance as you lead your prisoners out of the dungeon and into the palace grounds. However, the biggest challenge is yet to come. The Emperor, the source of all your pain and suffering, is still at large. You can feel the weight of your katana against your side, a grim reminder of your ultimate goal. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Tell your family to ride the deer back to town. You must kill the emperor. With a heavy heart, you turn to your wife and daughter. You instruct them to find the deer you tamed earlier and ride it back to town, promising to meet them there once your mission is complete. They protest, worried for your safety, but you assure them that this is the best course of action. Once they have left, you turn your attention to the remaining task at hand, confronting the corrupt emperor. You move stealthily through the palace, guided by your unwavering resolve. You find the emperor in his private chambers, vulnerable and unsuspecting. Here, at last, is the moment of reckoning. Your grip tightens around your katana handle. A dice roll is required to determine the success of your surprise attack. Roll a d20. You rolled 1. A roll of 1, a critical failure. As you leap forward to attack, your foot catches on an ornamental rug and you stumble, your surprise attack turning into a clumsy sprawl. The emperor turns, his eyes widening in surprise and then hardening into a cruel smile as he recognizes you. Yoshi, he sneers, drawing his own sword. I thought I had rid myself of you. Your heart pounds as you scramble to your feet. The element of surprise is lost, and you're now faced with a direct confrontation with the emperor. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Introduce your katana to his face. With your heart pounding in your chest, you lift your katana, your gaze locked onto the emperor. In a swift motion, you launch yourself at him, your blade aimed directly at his face. The emperor, though taken aback by your audacity, is quick to raise his own weapon in defense. You clash in the center of the room, the sound of steel on steel echoing around you. Roll a d20 to determine the outcome of this critical combat. You rolled 14. With a roll of 14, you manage to land a significant blow. You duck under the emperor's swing, and your blade cuts a shallow line across his cheek. He staggers back, his hand coming up to his face, blood trickling down between his fingers. But the emperor is not defeated yet. He snarls and lunges at you, his own blade aiming for your chest. Using your previous roll, the emperor's attack lands, but it's not as effective as he intended. His blade grazes your side, dealing 6 damage. Your HP is now at 94, and the emperor's at 86. The fight is not over yet. You must decide your next move. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Aim your katana at his throat. Slash quickly. Seeing an opening, you aim your katana at the Emperor's throat, intending to end this fight swiftly. With a quick, precise movement, you slash your blade towards him. Roll a d20 to determine the success of your attack. You've rolled 19. With a roll of 19 and near perfect hit, your katana sings through the air, a swift and deadly arc aimed directly at the Emperor's throat. He barely has time to raise his weapon in defense before your blade connects. The Emperor staggers back, clutching at his throat, a look of surprise and fear in his eyes. He collapses, his reign of corruption brought to a swift end by the blade of justice. You stand victorious, your heart pounding in your chest as you look upon the fallen Emperor. Your family is safe, and justice has been served. You return to your family, the journey back to town a blur. Your wife and daughter are overjoyed to see you, their smiles the best reward you could ask for. Your tale, Yoshi the Samurai, is one of bravery, honor, and relentless determination. You have faced unimaginable challenges, but through it all, your spirit remained unbroken. This tale is now complete. But remember, the world of adventure is vast, and there are always new stories to be told. Until next time, may your journeys be marked by courage, wisdom, and just a touch of chaos. Congratulations on completing your quest. Your courage and determination have brought justice to a corrupt emperor and reunited your family. Your actions and decisions have shaped an unforgettable story, one of bravery, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. If you enjoyed this adventure and want to support more like it, consider visiting our Patreon page. Your support helps us continue crafting these complex narratives and immersive experiences. You can also support us by liking this session and subscribing to our channel. Each like, subscribe, and share helps us grow and reach more players like you. If you found this adventure compelling, don't hesitate to share our channel with friends and communities you're part of. For more discussions, behind-the-scenes content, and a chance to engage with our growing community, join our Discord server. The link is provided in the description. Once again, congratulations on your success. May your future adventures be equally thrilling and rewarding.